The term focal length wasn't a term in the glossary either, I think. So it can be defined as the distance between your eye lens and where the light is being focused on the retina. So different people would have different focal lengths depending on the length of their eye. Some people have longer eyeballs, and so their focal length would be greater. Some people have slightly shorter eyeballs, and so their focal lengths would be lesser. Another term that wasn't explicit in your text was focusing on objects, the three parts of that. I don't know what page that's on. But today we talked about one way your eyes focus on objects. What is one way? Accommodation is one. Photographers might be familiar with the other. It's the amount of light that is allowed into the eye. And then finally, it's this process called convergence, which has to occur because both eyes need to have the image focus onto each retina or each fovea. I'm going to show a quick video or animation that explains each one of these parts to focusing on an object. But first, the next term I think is near point of vision. Did you guys find that one? Near point of vision? No? Near point of vision is how near you can see something. How near you can see it and it's still clear. How close you can see something and it's still clear. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the animation and then maybe a second animation if we have time. So if you want to pack everything up and put your backpacks on. Alright, let's go ahead and stare at this ducky.
No, it's a dragon.
Separately. First, as an object approaches, both eyes track it in a process called convergence. The size of the eyes in this example has been greatly exaggerated so that the subtle movement that takes place during convergence can be seen. Convergence of the eyes keeps the image of the object of interest centered on the fovea, the part of the retina where resolution is highest. If the eyes do not converge appropriately, diplopia, or double vision occurs. Second, the pupil must constrict to restrict the entry of light rays diverging from a near object, since diverging rays cannot be bent enough by the periphery of the lens to make them fall on the fovea. If the pupil were to remain dilated, the image would be blurred. Finally, the shape of the lens must change, increasing its refractive index so that the light rays passing through it converge on the fovea. In distance vision, the lens is pulled at its equator by the suspensory ligament, so that it is relatively thin. When the muscles of the ciliary body contract, the tension on the suspensory ligament decreases, and this allows the lens to assume a rounder shape, increasing its power to bend light. As a result, the image is focused on the fovea. Combined convergence, pupillary constriction, and rounding up of the lens all function to keep an object in focus as it approaches the eye.
Oh, that's creepy. Okay, and one more video. I wanted to show you, because some of you have probably never gone to the optometrist before to get an eye exam, so I wanted to show you what your optometrist looks for when you get an eye exam. Okay.
The Comprehensive Dilated Eye Exam. Opening the door to preventing blindness. During a comprehensive dilated eye exam, the patient receives special eye drops that dilate the pupils. The pupils open wide, allowing the doctor to see the back of the eye clearly.
That means your doctor can see the back of your eyeball.
It's into your soul practically.
Pretty much.
With a better view of the back of the eye, the doctor can look for signs of the common eye diseases that can lead to blindness: glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, and age-related macular degeneration. When eyes are dilated, the doctor can clearly see the retina, optic nerve, and the macula. This is the optic nerve. The doctor is looking for early signs of glaucoma. This patient's optic nerve is healthy, but here's what it would look like if it showed signs of glaucoma. The doctor will see changes in the shape or color of the optic nerve. The doctor may also see what is called cupping of the optic disc. Glaucoma is most common in African Americans over the age of 40, people over 60, and in people with a family history of glaucoma. In addition to the optic nerve, the doctor can also clearly see the retina at the back of the eye. The doctor might see signs of diabetic retinopathy. Early diabetic retinopathy starts with small red dots called microaneurysms and can progress to leaking blood vessels, causing thickening of the retina and blurring of vision, or new blood vessel growth that can bleed and cause blindness. If you have diabetes, you are at risk for diabetic retinopathy. While still examining the retina, the doctor can also look for signs of age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. If this patient had AMD, the doctor would see yellow spots beneath the retina, called drusen, or dark clumps of pigment. AMD is the main cause of visual impairment and blindness in older Americans. Dilation enables doctors to get a better view of the back of the eye, which allows them to determine whether there are early symptoms of disease. But it's important to know that all people older than 60 need a comprehensive dilated eye exam each year.
Any questions? Yeah.
When they blow in your eye, and you go to the eye doctor, and they like have you sit with me, what does that do?
They're just checking to make sure your neurons are firing properly because you have all those muscles in the area that close your eyelids. They're just making sure they close properly, like they should. Yeah.